Okay guys, welcome back. So this is a lab session. In this lab session, what we are going to do, we are going to set up a virtual machine using Vagrant and LXC containers. So let's see what we are going to do in this lab. So in this lab, basically we are going to design this. So as the picture, if you see that, we are going to spin up a virtual box using Vagrant, and within that we are going to create LXC container. So okay, coming to the steps, the steps which we will follow to design this infrastructure. So basically we will create a Vagrant file, which I have already written the code. It is very much straightforward. I will explain you line by line what actually that file is doing. The Vagrant file is being provided into your resource section. You can use that file as well. So now understand the steps to create the environment. In the first step, we will spin up a Vagrant virtual machine using VirtualBox. So here we will run the Vagrant up command and it will spin up a VirtualBox environment. And within that, we will go into that and we will run some prerequisite prior to running the third steps. So after that prerequisite, we will set up the LXC container. Two LXC container we will set up and we will test those things. So let's open the Vagrant file. So guys, this is a Vagrant file which we will look into that. So as I already discussed this file in our theory session, so if you look into that, then you can understand that here the Vagrant configure 2, it is actually representing the version. So that means this is the Vagrant version 2 and we are going to spin off one virtual machine. Here it is basically as number of virtual machine you want to create or the virtual box you want to create, you can change the number and it will spin off those number of virtual boxes. But for this lab we are going to create only one virtual box and within that we are going to create two LXC containers. I also want to iterate you what the code is doing. So basically it is defining some name of the virtual machine, and here we are telling that okay, we need the base machine which is going to be a Unix Ubuntu system Bionic 64, and also we are asking for 20 GB allocation of a hard disk and the host name of the VM which will be on network 172.42.101. If it is going to be one virtual machine, it will take that because it is in a loop, it will generate that IP. After that what we are telling that okay, want the name should be like this and the memory should be 8 GB. We want to use 2 CPUs. So this is what this file is telling. So now let's see how we will execute this file. So now we will run it. So we will run it command. We will need to open a command prompt, and within that we need to go into the folder, which folder where we are keeping that Vagrant file. So here we have kept it into LXC container. So LXC container we need to go and we will look into that. Now here we are seeing that we have one file, so that is called Vagrant file. Now we need to run this command Vagrant up, so it will spin up that virtual machine. Initially it will take some time, so we will wait for it. So here see it started spinning of that virtual machine with as per our configuration. As you are seeing here that it is whatever the name which we have provided, like Kava VM1, and it is importing the base box. Basically it is importing from the cloud of Vagrant where they have kept these images. So from there it is actually getting those image details, and this image is going to be created. This is the base image actually. As I have already created this virtual machine and it is existing into my virtual box, so that's the reason it is telling that for you it will work properly. So now what you have to do, now we need to come over here to get inside the virtual machine. We need to run this command Vagrant SSH. So what it will do, it will get us inside the Vagrant virtual box, and after that we will create the LXC container within that. Okay guys, we are now into the system, that Unix machine. You can check here as we are into Vagrant machine sudo So now we will check that whether LXC, because Ubuntu provides LXC within the system itself. When if you run it, which LXC, yeah, see existing there. So now we will move further and do some prerequisite. Okay, so prior to moving further, what we will do, we will understand that what the prerequisite we have to run. So to do that, we have to understand that what we need to do, we need to configure LXD, and then afterward we need to launch this. So let's look into that, how we will do it. So we need to come back, and here we need to provide LXD init. It will ask some questions. In most of the cases we are going to choose the default answer. So here we are going to choose enter. Then it is asking, do you want to configure a new storage pool? Yes, we do want. Name also we are going to keep the default. Here we need to provide dir, then again the default option, then again the default option. We will call it as whatever he has provided. We are going to choose the default option for this as well, side and subnet notation, and IPv6 as well. No, we don't want. Yes, not now. So now it has done the configuration for LXD. Now we are ready to move further, and we will create the LXC containers. Now we will create the LXC container. So to do that, we need to write, before launching the LXC containers. So I just wanted to show you one thing, that if you write LXC list, so it will tell that there is no container. So what we have to do now, we will create some container, LXC launch images Ubuntu. We want Ubuntu Bionic AMD64. If you run this, so it will create the container. It will take time. Yeah, it is retrieving now. Yeah, see here. So now it has created the LXC container. We can verify it. LXC list. See here, we have a spin-off one container, LXC container, whose IP is this one, and we can go inside that. To go inside that and check that, how do we can do that? We need to write LXC exec and the name of the box, and sh bash. So now we are into LXC container machine. So you can run any command, whatever you want to run. I will show you once again. We can spin up the another virtual machine. So first let's exit from here, and now again we will spin up another virtual machine with the same command. So now if you will check LXC list, then you will find two container is running. Still it is not being allocated. See here, the IP is not being allocated yet. So we will wait for it. We will run it again. LXC list. Now see here, IP is allocated. Now what we will do, we will go inside each box and ping the other box. So again we use same command, LXC exec bash. Now we will try to ping valued gross, oh sorry, 10.5.50.233. See here, it is pinging. So now what we are doing, we are pinging it from one container to another container. So what we did in here, that we have created two virtual containers within Vagrant box. So again we will exit from here. Now we will go into valid groups box. So how do we go? We can write LXC exec, the name of the box, valued gross, and we want to do bash. Now we are into that. Now we will try to ping the other box that is called font rodent. So what we need to write? We need to ping IP of that is 3131. So it is also pinging. That means both boxes are pinging each other. That means both boxes are reachable to each other. Now exit from here. Now this conclude our lab. So but I wanted to reiterate that what actually we did in this lab. So I wanted to tell you that what we did, we have set up a Vagrant virtual machine, and after that also configure that LXD, and then afterwards we have set up LXC containers of Ubuntu Bionic AMD 64 base image, two container. And then how do we test it? We went inside the container using LXC exact container name and the bash command. So it will take us into that box, and we ping from that machine, that LXC container machine, one machine to another machine. So this way we are able to set up two LXC containers within a Vagrant box. Now we will proceed further. Stop here for this, and we will see you in the next session. Thanks for joining this session, guys. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.